Hi everyone, it's Karnak, Star Wars Armada Explained. Thanks for joining me. We're looking at yet another Star Wars Armada card. We're going to be looking at Captain Rex. Comes in the Rebellion in the Rim expansion. Captain Rex, I think his ability is fantastic. I love the art on his card. It's so good. The Captain Rex is faction specific for the Rebel Alliance, which you can see there by his point cost, which is 5. Across from that, how do you know he equips to the officer slot? You see the officer icon there. Captain Rex, you'll see a little dot or bullet point in front of his name, signifies he is unique. You can only have one of him in your fleet. So Captain Rex, his wording reads, I'm going to read through the whole thing, and then of course, let's break it down. Squadron Command. You may choose one enemy ship at close range. That ship gains one raid token of your choice. While you're at distance 1 to 3 of an enemy ship, that ship can discard only one raid token of any type when it discards a command dial. So for those of you not familiar with raid, let's talk about raid real quick before I jump into explaining all this concept, all these wordings. So remember, raid before could only have been given out by the Mandalorian Gauntlet fighters with the assault keyword. Or, there were a couple of other cards that maybe they gave out raid tokens, but it was, didn't see much play. It was very difficult to pull off, etc. So what does raid do? Raid is pretty much a command block. So, for example, if the Mandalorian Gauntlet fighter flies up to a ship and it attacks it and it qualifies for triggering its ability, you take a raid token of your choice of one of the 4 commands, either Squadron, Navigation, Engineering, or Concentrate Fire. You take that raid token and you put it on the ship and say, you know what, I am raiding its Navigate. And so it now has a Navigate raid token. What this means is that when a ship reveals a Navigate command, for example, Navigate on its command dial, if it has a Navigate raid token, it cannot resolve the Navigate command unless it discards its dial to clear the raid. And as a note, that doesn't matter how many raid tokens you have on a ship. If at any point the ship, when it reveals its dial, if it chooses to discard its dial, it clears all of the raid tokens on that ship. Another way to get around raid and why you never saw much use is the fact that you can also clear the raid token with the equivalent token of the command that's being raided. So, for example, if the ship was raided again, that navigation command, if that ship had a navigation token and then it also reveals the navigation dial, it can just take that token, the navigate token, and clear the navigate raid off, and then you can still use your dial. So in the nutshell, raid prevents you from using resolving any command that it has been raided unless you clear that raid, either with the equivalent token or by discarding a dial. But raid just never has really caught on because it's so easy to clear, and it's really not as disruptive as people would prefer it to be. However, now with Captain Rex, there's a way to kind of make this stick more, at least for Rebels. And definitely for Rebels, I think you're going to see more Rebel lists bringing raid. Imperials are still just kind of stuck with their really crummy Mandalorian Gauntlet fighters. They're awful. They're not very good at all, which is why I'm jealous of Captain Rex. So now that I've explained that, let's break down his card. So let's read the first part before moving on to the second part, because they both resolve differently at different times. So Squadron Command. So in order for this first part to be resolved, the ship that he's equipped to, in this example, we're going to say this GR-75, it needs to resolve a Squadron Command, whether that be it reveal a command dial, whether that be it spends a squad token, or if it's spending the dial and token together. Each one of these separate things counts as resolving the Squadron Command. So when you resolve a Squadron Command, you may choose one enemy ship at close range. That ship gains one raid token of your choice. So in order for this card ability to be triggered, we need to be, for example, at close range of this Star Destroyer. Bring up the correct range band here. So black is close range, blue is medium, red is long. So as long as we are at close range, when you reveal the squadron command on that ship that he's equipped to, you can put a raid token of your choice on either that ship or, again, any one ship of any. If there's multiples, you choose one of the multiples and you put a raid token on one ship only. But again, in this example, we're going to say the Star Destroyer, we're going to raid it, and we're going to put a navigation raid on there. Now, remember, when you're measuring for these distances, it's not an attack. You are not measuring from black cardboard to black cardboard. You are measuring from the physical plastic base to the physical plastic base of the model. So not counting the shield dials in the shield frames. Those are never counted for making any range checks. But you see here this kind of white, on you'll notice on your models, you'll have like the physical cardboard and then the white plastic that is still kind of sticks out on the side. So you range from the white plastic to the white plastic, not cardboard to cardboard. Want to make sure I'm being clear on that for the newer players. So again, essentially the checks for the first paragraph here is: did you resolve a squadron command? Yes. Proceed to the next part. Are you at close range of an enemy ship? Yes. Great. Proceed to the next part. You give that ship a raid token of your choice. Now, you can't stack multiple raid tokens of the same type. Like, for example, a ship cannot have 3 navigate raid tokens on it. Okay, you can only have 1 token of each type, just like the regular token, the banked tokens. All right, so that is the first part. It's a nifty little raid mechanic, and again, combined with something like slicer tools, can give your opponent a really, really rough time. Let's talk about the second part. So while you're at distance 1 to 3 of an enemy ship, that ship can discard only 1 raid token of any type when it discards a command dial. So the first thing that you need to do, and this is an active effect that is persistent the entire time the ship is around. This, again, is why the paragraph is separated. The second part is active at all times. It doesn't need to have resolved the squadron command like the first part does. The second part of the card ability, it's always on. It's never not on unless you blow them up. So the first thing you do is you check, are you at distance 1 to 3 of a target? So circle, this black is 1, red is 2, and 3. So we see here we are at distance 1 to 3 of that Star Destroyer. So the Star Destroyer, we are distance 1 to 3. It says it can only discard 1 raid token of any type when it discards command dial. Now remember what I said before about, you can clear as many raid tokens around a ship. If you reveal a command, instead of resolving the command, you discard the dial, it clears all the raid tokens. And that was a way you could get rid of all these stacked up tokens on your ships. But now, if he is in range, it's essentially preventing you from doing that. Now, instead of discarding all the raid tokens on your ship, when you discard your command dial, you can only discard 1 token only of raid, not all of them. Now, just to make sure I'm being clear, you can still spend, or rather not spend, excuse me, you can still discard your banked regular tokens to clear the raid tokens. This card does not prevent that, okay? As it specifically states, it's only preventing you from clearing all of the raid tokens when you discard a dial. It can only discard 1 raid token. And if you still have the regular tokens, you can still spend those freely to discard any raid tokens that are on that ship. So what is this card ultimately good for? What are the benefits from bringing Captain Rex? Well, obviously the benefits of being able to put raid tokens on any ship you want without having to attack them. With currently the only raiding squadron Rebels have right now is the new Rebellion in the Rim Squadron Hawk hero, Kanan Jarrus. So Kanan Jarrus, he's got a wombo. I haven't reviewed him, but essentially he's got a wombo combo of not only having assault, which is any time that you roll a hit, you can spend a hit to generate a raid token on your target. But he also has the special ability, if he also rolls a crit, he can generate a raid token. And he throws 2 blue dice. So you do have a situation where you can throw both of those blue die, and you can get a hit and a crit, spend both, and you can put double raid tokens on a ship, and then combined with Captain Rex nearby, if he's at close range, he could also then put a third, when he activates, he's putting a third raid token on a ship. So it can quickly stack up that ship with raid tokens, again, as long as Captain Rex is in range. They just no longer can just discard a command dial, which is still beneficial. But now they can, when they discard that dial, they only get rid of, again, the one raid token unless you feed it a bunch of tokens to clear off the other raid tokens. So Captain Rex is very good at disruption. It's very true to his character in the TV show. So good at disrupting, distraction, like, hey, I'm over here causing problems. Are you going to take the time to come deal with me and shoot me? Especially he has pretty much a great seat on the GR75s because they're already so hard to kill and they're annoying. And do you want to waste time killing a flotilla compared to shooting at other targets? So Captain Rex is a lot of fun, and I definitely feel like you're going to start seeing him more and more and more, especially if you do play like the Rebelling the Rim campaign. But in tournaments, he's going to have a seat at only 5 points unless Rebels are really strapped for points and they are not using their officer seats for anything else. I really don't see a reason why you wouldn't bring Captain Rex, especially if you are already bringing squadrons. Unless again, your list just isn't constructed for that. But he's great. I think he's fun. He's going to add some variety to Rebel list building. So that's Captain Rex. As far as I'm aware, there's no crazy interactions, no other things going on that like screws anything up in terms of rules or timing or anything like that. But of course, if you think that I got anything wrong, or if I did miss anything, please be sure to point it out. I always want to make sure I'm giving the best and most correct information I possibly can. I appreciate you guys joining me again. I'm going to be doing a Q&A this Saturday if you guys want to join me at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And of course, I'll catch you all next time.